Damn these Biloxi blues, it happens every night. And I ain't never met a riverboat dealer that could ever be a friend of mine.
No, I didn't.
The summer heat never treats me kind, it leaves trouble on my mind.
Dang right.
So I'm bidding farewell, putting in my notice, and I'll see you at another time. This highway does not know my name, and I don't
Low.
So low.
Budget live, baby.
I mean, it's kind of gotten to be more of a budget, like a better budget.
What's that, Big C?
It's a little better budget now.
It is a little bit
Maybe
better
it's
budget.
Maybe it's better budget live.
Hang on, let's hear this right here. Let's hear the hook.
Just a white line
Yeah.
to get out of Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.
Calm down, Tiger.
What?
Say, calm down, Tiger.
Come on, boy.
Shoot.
That's Luke Duncan.
It is. And it comes on all the time in my truck when you crank the truck and the
Yeah.
Bluetooth. And then that pops up and I'm like, that's...
It's the first song you have on your phone then.
It's like, well, no, it's random. And it's like one day a week when I crank my truck, you come on. And I'm like, that bastard.
Got me again.
He got me again.
Biloxi Blues, right there. I said last week that I was going to start pumping my music a little more on here, Big C. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, the first guest, and rightfully so, because this guy is my ride or die.
Yeah. Ride or die.
Ride or die, for sure. For sure.
Maybe die first. I don't know.
Die first, ask questions later.
That's right.
Big C, Corey Williams, ladies and gentlemen, in the Low Budget Live Bar and Grill tonight.
That's right.
Low Budget Live Bar and Grill. And what do you think?
They're calling it bar and grill.
Yeah, it's the Bar and Grill.
Okay.
It's the Low Budget Live, just the LBL Bar and Grill. What do you think, Big C?
I do like the place. It's really cozy.
It's cozy, right?
Pretty slick.
So Big C decided to come up, hang out with me tonight. This is Thursday, September 6, 2019, in case you're keeping score at home. And Big C and I are deer hunting together this year up on a little acreage.
Yeah, for the first time.
For the first time. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, it's the same farm that my dad and I last week decided to drag a disc down the highway.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
That happened.
No state troopers, no police, so apparently it's legal.
I wouldn't go with legal.
I wouldn't go with illegal.
I wouldn't go with illegal. I posted it on Instagram. It's already gone. So sorry, coppers out there.
No
shout out
proof.
to Travis Teague, who's a cop in Oklahoma. Listens to Low Budget Live. And
what's up, Travis?
Shout out to Travis. But you'll never catch us, coppers.
No.
It's kind of what we're thinking.
You're not going to catch Marty and LD. It's just not.
No, I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, you could have caught us because we were going less than a mile an hour because I posted that up on the story. But got the food plots all dished up. Corey was at the beach.
I was at the beach. I was far offshore, I think, when this was happening. I got back to the phone and was like, oh, this guy.
And you're like, this happened.
Yeah, no, that was happening. I got in the truck, and I remember calling you because I was laughing so hysterically at the video you posted of that.
It was interesting to say the least, but it was worth it, as we say on Low Budget Live. And it's only fitting that this historical night where I have the first ever guest in the LBL Bar and Grill be Big C, because Big C and D Money, Darien Is Fishin, who we hate.
Yeah,
we hate Darien. They helped me launch Low Budget Live. They were the original co-host, and we don't get to do it as much anymore because Big C travels all over the country. Tell the people at home, Big C, what you do for TH Marine. Hashtag TH Marine. Can you put it into words, Big C, what you do?
I probably could. I don't know if I can say it on this channel right now, but yeah, I do a lot of work for those guys.
You do a lot of work for TH Marine. He travels to South Texas. He travels to Florida. He calls on some boat builders. He calls on some boat dealers.
A little bit.
He out there just
living it, man.
Just living life. You've been on the road. No, so you've been on the road the last 3 weeks, pretty much, right?
Last 4. I left July 31st, and I got home September 2nd. So yeah,
That's pretty long.
That's pretty long.
And you went to South Texas and that, but the coolest thing you did is your little brother's a world traveler.
He's a world traveler too. Yeah,
he's a world traveler, and you and your little bro went to Colorado and did some hiking.
That's right. Yeah, we hiked some mountains there and
camped out under the stars.
And did the whole. I've never been out west like that. I've done the snow skiing and all that in Utah, but I've never been to Colorado, so that was cool to do and get to go hike around. And, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I may have to fix your mic. Just there you go, Big C. You got to eat that mic a little more than I have to eat mine.
I'm not a 12-year-old. I can do this.
There you go. I like it. Well, I have to be producer. This is Low Budget Live, so I have to produce and host and be a professional broadcaster, Big C.
You do okay.
I do okay. I do okay with it. Thank y'all to everyone that's listening to Low Budget Live, Not So Live, Low Budget Live. We were going to do a live tonight, and we decided, you know what, we're going to do a little something different, and we'll tell you what we're going to do here shortly.
It's creative. It's a surprise.
It's a little surprise. And it's a little surprise for our buddy Darien. Surprise for our buddy Darien.
I don't know if Darien gets surprised. I think I've seen him surprised one time.
When you're as big of a jerk as Darien is, you always expecting retaliation.
He's always expecting something from his past to come bite him in the.
Yes, he's expecting retaliation on Low Budget Live. Low Budget Live, by the way, Corey, I don't know if you know this, brought to you by the fine folks at Starbright and StarTron.
Yeah.
Brought to you by StarTron. And if you don't know what StarTron is a enzyme loaded down fuel treatment that's going to kick ethanol in the face. This time of year, Corey and I, like tomorrow, we're going to be running that chainsaw. We're going to be running that weed eater down at the hunting lease. And guess what? Ethanol will destroy those things.
Especially that weed eater on the deer lease. Yeah,
the weed eater on the deer lease. So you drop a little bit. You drop a little bit of this old StarTron. This bottle right here treat 256 gallons. You know how many gallons that is? That's more than 255.
I don't count. I just kind of pour it in.
Yeah, I do too. I don't want StarTron to know that I'm telling people that, but I just pour it in there.
I just pour it in. I don't
just give it a little shake, pour it in there. But StarTron, supporting Low Budget Live for the second year now. Shout out to those guys. They're an awesome company. The Starbright line of products that they have, cleaning products, I promise you, you can find them at Walmart, Bass Pro, Academy, Tractor Supply. Check it out. StarTron.
And good stuff coming.
And shoot them a message on social media and say, you know what?
Those guys are all right.
Low Budget Live is where it's at. Yep. Low Budget Live is where it's at. And we saw the episode with Big C, and he was going to run that chainsaw.
That's right.
The horses in the back. I don't know what that. I don't even know. I've been saying that.
I don't have any horses.
So that song, Old Town Road, is obviously this big song. But, dude, I've had that in my head lately. Marissa, the triple threat as she's known on Low Budget Live, I've said horses in the back so much in the last month that I'm almost not welcome in my home. And my kids are over it because they think I'm dumb anyways. Shout out to the Bambinos.
Dude, I did hear a call from your son earlier. He definitely called you.
Definitely thinks
Definitely told you you're dumb and that he's much smarter than
Hudson.
He's right on track to be 12 years old. 13,
yes, 12, he's 11. He's almost
11.
12.
He's on track to be 12.
Dad is the dumbest person on planet Earth.
He's dumb. Yeah.
Dumbest person on planet Earth.
Doesn't know much.
So, Big C, I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
Last week's episode. Last week's Low Budget Live was a saucy one. I got into the potential of FLW being bought by MLF.
Okay.
I jumped right into that. That's interesting.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Oof, what?
Ooh, what?
But we don't know, what's going on with that. There's mixed details coming in and out. But I talked about something that, and we won't harp on it, but I want your opinion because you've been in this industry for a long time now, and you see the sport of fishing from a different side. So to give you some insight, Corey worked the service crew on the FLW Tour, the Bassmaster Elite Series, taking care of guys. He's worked marketing for TH Marine. He's seen.
Yeah. I think I've been interim pro staff manager for like 7 different times.
Yeah, you were interim pro staff manager when we hit some snags on some pro staff.
I probably told a lot of y'all no at some point.
Yes,
so I'm not sorry. I'm not
now
sorry.
You can get your national pro staff discounts.
That's right.
But what I talked about last week is there is a definite, in my opinion, this is Luke's opinion. Ooh, pop. Mic is hot, boy. The mic is hot.
The mic is hot.
So I talked about there's a definite shift going on in our industry. And I said it in a meeting today that some of the things I heard, kind of 3 years ago you wouldn't heard. And that is there's a definite shift going. And I worry a little bit about the quicksand that professional bass fishing may be standing in a little bit, right? And you and I talk about this off camera a lot, so you can be as politically correct or as politically incorrect as you'd like to be in this, but you have some strong opinions on it, on pro fishermen and social media and the way things go. So what do you think? You think what is Big C? What is your state of the union on the current state of bass fishing? Professional bass fishing. Bass fishing in itself is amazing, and
yeah, it's a tough one.
Look right here in the camera, big guy. Look right here in the camera, Big C.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of layers to it. There's guys that obviously have made a name for themselves, and they're going to be able to fish whatever circuit they want, and continue to do well and make money and have the sponsor dollars roll in, but. I think it's really tough for guys, 19, 20, 25 years old or even older than that. It's their first year or two on the tour or whatever tour they're in. You're like, I wouldn't want to be one of those guys right now because there's no telling what's going to happen.
It does seem to be heavier weighted to those veterans too, right?
To the veterans, but
especially the Bass Pro Tour, in my opinion.
And in some ways, you look at guys like Fighter, who had won a couple tournaments or one good tournament before all that change, and now he's on every bass article you ever see.
That's right,
which is awesome for him.
So it's good for him.
It's great for him.
Yeah,
young, early in his career, he's actually not as young as people think he is, but early on in his career, he's doing really, really well because of that. But to me, it's almost like looking at a hornet's nest, and right now all those bees are just flying and swarming all around it, and they don't know what's going on. They don't have a clue what's going to happen.
And some of them do.
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them know everything.
Some of them feel like they do.
Oh, yeah.
And then some of them actually do. Mm-hmm. And then some of them are running the show.
Right.
And then the rest are, like you're saying, they're trying to get back in the hive.
Yeah, they have no clue what's
they don't know. That's a really good way of putting it. Hornets or bees.
That's the way I've thought about it for a while now, actually. It's just like these guys are just all over the place, and you talk to a bunch of them,
and we're really good friends.
Right, we're friends with a lot
of
them, and some of them are very, very confident about what's going on. And I don't know if some of that's because they know things we don't know, or if it's because they're so confident in their abilities as a fisherman, or if they're just they've been fed a bunch of stuff and they just believe it, and they're just kind of cocky in a way. I don't know. I think it's a mixture of those things, but.
I would agree with that. I think a lot of people, and not just talking about BPT or whatever. I think a lot of guys get fed a lot by all three tournament trails and what they're, as far as their actual value, right? Yeah. And we talk all the time from a business standpoint about moving the needle.
Yeah.
To get a sponsor, you got to move the needle.
Yeah.
What moves the needle anymore? Well, social media numbers and video views and actually getting out there and busting your butt and working for sponsors. And there are a lot of people, a lot of professional fishermen that we know and love that.
Oh, they don't move the needle at all.
They don't move the needle or they don't attempt to move the needle.
Well, yeah, when there's to take on that where they feel like they're going to win. They're going to win enough money to not worry about those sponsors.
That's right.
But it's like you've always said, you have that down year, and I totally agree with it. If you have the bad year, or bad 2 years, or bad 3 or 4 years, those sponsors are going to carry you through those years.
That's
those
right.
sponsor dollars make up for it if you do have those bad years. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But yeah, I mean,
there are not as many guys. Shout out to the Ice Maker for kicking off.
Is it doing it? Oh, we can get another drink here in a little while. Yeah.
Shout out to the Ice Maker at the Low Budget Live Bar and Grill for kicking on right there. There aren't many guys though that make a living just off of their winnings though that win enough.
No.
There aren't.
There's probably 5.
Maybe.
I mean, they make a decent
Now think about
living.
that. You just said 5.
Yeah.
5 guys. Now think about that. All you
And that's 5 that make
men,
a
women, and children at
decent
home.
living.
Decent.
There's probably 10 or 15 that can get by on that. But I mean, I'm talking. You want to take a vacation. You want to like.
You want
not
to do
have
what you want.
Obsess with it constantly. And
Yes.
take off and go hunt
Yes.
and do all that stuff. Yeah, you're talking 5 guys probably. Less than that.
10 tops.
10 tops, yeah. Just off tournament winnings, 10 tops.
10
I mean,
tops.
there's cases where like you got guys in Texas that, they can win, those tournaments on the weekend.
Shout out to Fat Todd.
Like Fat Todd. I mean, I'm sure he could make pretty good money just in the state of Texas
He used
if he
to.
wanted to.
He
And
used to
did,
when he did it. Him and Russell, yeah.
But he's fishing all the time and had no life outside of that, I'm sure. And, it's part of it.
Fishing is life for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, everybody, at the end of the day, you want to go home to something.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, there's definitely a shift coming, and you and I talk about the YouTube thing a lot. We see what Darien's doing. We see what I'm trying to do. We see what other guys have done, and it's definitely interesting, to say the least, what's going on out there. But I always like your perspective on it because Corey he loves to hunt, he loves to fish, he's obsessed with saltwater fishing. And he was never a tournament fisherman in the least.
No, I don't.
And
care
so
about
he doesn't care about it. He's been
at all.
drowned with it. He loves the fact that I do it. He loves the fact that he's friends with as many big tournament fishermen. His contact list in his phone would make most people jealous that are fishing
Yeah,
fans
I
because
guess.
he's really good friends with these guys and he loves catch bass. But he was never brought up in the tournament.
No desire to fish tournaments.
Yeah, none. So
It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not my.
But his take has always been kind of a harsh one to me. But that outside perspective of, hey, you guys don't really matter
Yeah, no.
as much as you think you do.
Oh, I
in the
mean,
grand scheme of things
well-
of a business.
Well, from a business perspective, you're looking at a guy and say you pay him $10,000 or whatever it is, or say it's $1,000 to get that money back just in profits, and you've got to really do some work to get that to happen.
Well, say you got a 50% profit margin you're operating
Yeah.
off of. You pay a guy $10,000, you got to sell $20,000 just to cover.
Yes,
just to
exactly.
cover it.
And a lot
A lot of people don't get that.
And it takes a lot of work from a company's perspective to make sure that happens, that you get
Yeah.
that money out of it. And that's where some guys get all upset if something happens that doesn't work out, but they've got to realize that, hey, swallow their pride and look at themselves in the mirror and go, maybe I didn't do them justice and make that money back to
And
them.
it's hard to quantify, put into actual reality or actual numbers what a guy is worth, probably. That's the hardest thing about any marketing anything is trying to figure out, hey, we pay you X amount and you give us X amount. But it's about showing effort. It's about, anymore, the social media stuff. Tournament finishes definitely do go in there, but it's like, hey man, we called you to work a show. Did you work the show? Hey, we needed a video. This is what we're pushing this month. Did you support us on that? That's what it's about now more than ever, and moving that needle. Not being complacent. I think so many guys fall victim to, hey man, I won that big tournament. I won that big tournament 3 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, 8 years ago. Hey,
no one
remember when I
cares.
won that big tournament? And it matters on your mantle, and it mattered in your bank account at that point in time, and it matters on your resume. And I'm not taking anything from that, but today's world moves so fast, and content goes like this, and everybody's already forgot what happened yesterday.
That's right.
In this whole scheme of things, so you got to hustle, man. And so that would be my word to the wise to a young kid growing up. You better be good at all aspects of this deal if you're going to make a living in it, because it's only going to get harder.
Yeah.
The way I see it.
Yeah.
The
You
butt-
either have a side job and you do it for fun and make what money you can out of it, or
Ding.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly, or you better be good at all of it. You better be good at all of it, because if you
That's
don't have the
right.
money to back it up, you're not going to last. It's
Yeah,
just
the
bottom line.
old joke was, you want to make $1
Bottom
million
line.
fishing, start with 2.
That's right.
And it's still that way. Bass Pro Tour, no entry fees. Guess what? It still costs you a lot of money to go fishing.
Yeah.
Still costs you a lot of money to go fishing. You cut a couple checks on the Bass Pro Tour, you won you $8,000. Think about that. Hey, man, but it didn't cost me any money, any entry fee money.
Right.
Well, yeah, it
Those
still cost you about $20,000 to go travel around.
And those
so you didn't make anything.
Better be paying at least that.
Exactly. It's there are definitely things that are heading the right way in the sport, but man, we're in a foggy time, I think. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, I think so. And it goes back to your original deal about them getting FLW. I think that, I mean, I've heard a bajillion rumors and everybody has, but I think that it has to happen for Bass Pro Tour to continue.
To survive.
They have to have it.
Longevity.
It's like when you go back to what are companies putting into it, what are they getting out of it with a fisherman? It's the same way with an organization.
Well, let's talk about that. What do they get out of it when they buy FLW? We work with FLW. Obviously fished FLW, but
you get one of the biggest platforms in fishing,
and the weekend anglers.
And the weekend guys, the mid tier, the Costa guys, and then you've got your FLW tour guys. So you kind of get a little bit of everything. And if you don't have those grassroots, the weekend guys, you can't get to that.
That's right.
Have to have
because you're selling a dream.
Right. Exactly. And so if you don't have that avenue, for someone to start with, that was something that people talked a lot about in the early stages of, hearing about MLF and BPT, what was going to happen. Was, well, where are they going to get the rest of the anglers from? How do you qualify now?
For 3 years.
Are they just going to look again to FLW and Bass and go, let's just cherry pick their best guys again? Because if that happens again, the whole fishing community will be in an uproar because it's just crazy. So yeah, they have to. I mean, I think they have to have it.
What do you think? So we just finished year one. Did you ever go? You went to one of those, right? Did you go to the one in Florida?
I went to two, yeah.
I
went to the first one, and I went to the one on Chickamauga.
What was your overall impression from being there? Because there's really not...
I thought it was cool in a perspective of, like, the fishermen were super laid back. I've never seen fishermen that laid back at a tournament in my life.
That's interesting.
They were super laid back.
There's a lot of really intense guys in it.
Yeah, but they were super laid back, and I think it had more to do with the day off than anything. Obviously, they have a day off, so they get to kind of relax. They don't.
They felt like day offs like that.
Well, exactly, yeah, but they have it in between tournament days. So when they get done with their first day, even if it was a bad day, they don't have to go straight to rigging, straight to doing everything, getting the boat ready, getting everything ready, have dinner, go to bed, wake up. That was cool. I could see if I was fishing it, I would be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I don't have to worry about waking up early the next day. I can sleep in that day, get some rest, get up late, drink some coffee, go out to the boat and do my thing. So that was cool. But from the fan perspective of it, I was just kind of like, ooh, boy, this isn't what I was, you didn't see the activity that you saw at the FLW and the bass tournaments where you go to take off and you can barely make it down to the ramp, where you go to some bass events and it's like that. Some FLW events, it's like that. There's a ton of fans there. It's almost like that people had no clue it was even going on in their hometown. And if they knew, I'm sure that they would go see Gerald Swindle and Kevin Van Dam and Ike Anelli and everybody else. They want to go down to the ramp and just to see those guys. So that was kind of weird for me, was that it was almost like they didn't know that the tournament was going on. It was almost
they didn't advertise locally enough or something.
Well, and I don't think they did. But it was just kind of, it was almost like if we go to a photo shoot or a riders event, how it's weird having all those guys there and no fans around. It felt the same way at the Bass Pro Tour events.
Okay.
There's all these guys there. You're like, these are the biggest names in bass fishing, some of them, and there's no one here to see them. So that was, except for, whoever's working the event, if they had the local sheriff or local volunteers, they were obviously down at the ramp taking pictures and see what's going on. But other than that, you just didn't have any activity.
Well, and they don't really have like a designated blast off either. Like they get to start lines in or whatever. It's all different.
Yeah, it's super different.
It's definitely different. I think that they'll change their format up for next year on a few things.
Yeah.
They're very smart businessmen. I don't think that...
then they have to adapt, I think.
Yeah, it'll adapt. It'll survive. You read a lot of stuff. It's going to go out of business. Whatever. That's just mom's basement talk. But it's interesting to break it down. Now that it's all said and done, it was funny. Skeet wrote an article. It was a monumental year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for some things maybe.
I think in a way it kind of was just because
of course it was. No,
you changed the whole playing field, and then you brought all the biggest names.
Yes.
95%.
It was monumental in that you upset the biggest apple cart that's ever been. Mm-hmm. It was monumental in that way. Yeah. As far as changing things, I don't know. Only time will tell. And I've talked about this on here. I feel like too much, right? But it's, it's a bass fishing podcast.
Well, it's a big deal when you talk to guys like Darien or like anybody I know that loves watching bass fishing, and they go, man, I haven't watched it all year long.
Yeah.
I just haven't watched it. And I only started watching it, 4 or 5 years ago. And I would watch every weekend there's one going on, at least get on once or twice a day just to check and see what's on live or watch the weigh-ins or whatever. But this year, I think I might have watched live like 3 times.
Why do you think that is? Is that because you don't like the organization? Is that because you don't like the format? Is that because there's too much coming at you and you're like, I'm just going to go do something else? Because that was me.
Well, yeah, but I mean across the board, like if you didn't watch
FLW
Bass or BBT, and before I'd watch Bass NFLW for sure, like every day, like I said, twice a day. And this year it was only if I knew or if I'm friends with someone that's in the lead or in the top 5. That's when I clicked on it. Yeah. That's the only time I clicked on it. I was like, oh man.
Like during Redcrest, which I'm friends with, know everybody in it like you do. We're fortunate enough to know a lot of guys, but I found myself watching when I got a chance to watch live. I watched Gussie on Bass Live and Fighter. It's like those are our guys. We're buddies with those guys. It's like, oh man, I want to watch Gussie win. Right. And but then I watched Bass Track a little bit on the last day and see that Gussie's not leading anymore, and I didn't even watch Bass Live that much. I mean, truly. So it's no different. I mean, I just found it, with my ADD, there was too much going on. All around the sport, but that's interesting, man. So you are just, dude, you're one of the hardest working guys I know, period, in the fishing industry.
Thanks, buddy.
For sure. And
means a lot.
Big C, for those of you out there that don't know Corey, he's been with TH Spring for how long now?
It's almost 7 years now, yeah.
And 7 years. And for me, Corey is an example of what working your way through an organization can do.
Yeah.
And you stop me if you're saying, you're saying too much and you're stupid.
Well, you are stupid.
I'm stupid. But Corey's, he is the started from the bottom. Now we here.
Now we are here.
Now we're here.
I don't know if we're here.
Well, no, we're going there.
We're here.
Right?
We're here making our way there.
We're both going there.
Yeah.
We're going there.
We're here making
so
our way
Corey
there.
was like in the warehouse and straight out of school, doing the thing and doing whatever we needed, from sweeping the floors to whatever, and gets a shot one day to go on the road, and which is a huge responsibility. It's a huge responsibility.
Well, it was even right. It was right before that. It was a shot to work on a boat, and they gave me. It was like a year or two after Chris Lane won the Classic. I think it was the year after, maybe. Mm-hmm. And
put LEDs on his boat.
Luke brought the boat by, and I'd never worked on a boat in my life, and it was like,
hey man, put some LEDs on this.
Make this thing tricked out. And I'd worked on enough electrical wiring stuff in the plant.
And we're talking Chris Lane Classic champ
just
next
one.
Year, just one.
And I'm super fresh to bass fishing, but I see the boat and they tell me how much it's worth, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be. It's like I'm just faking it till I make it right here.
That's right, and drilling holes.
And it turned out pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think I had to go back. Chris said a few things. I had to go back and do a few things.
It only caught on fire once.
No, yeah, I did, but that wasn't me, by the way. That was a different boat. But
it was a different boat.
It was a different boat. But yeah. And then he sent me on the road, and here we are.
And I say that to say this. I say that to say this. A lot of people look at me or send me messages or whatever, man. You're very lucky, or you're grateful, or they see, or they don't understand a lot about my life. I started fishing when I was 12 years old. I met the folks from TH Marine when I was 18, 19 by fishing tournaments. I stopped fishing tournaments for years on the road, working. Then I got an opportunity to kind of turn it back into the career, the fishing career that I have now, and keep, fortunately for me, pursuing the TH Marine career, right? And TH Marine, we've seen this thing grow into a monster, like this big brand that I never saw coming, to be honest, to where it's at now. But I say all of this and say that what you've done now, Corey is a sales manager at TH Marine. He's got several boat builder accounts. He's going to get more and more and more as he goes along, as he gets older. And you're not even 30 years old. Corey's a young man. I'm 36. I'm an old man. But I say that is if you're sitting at home somewhere, and I'm not normally Mr. Inspirational, but if you're sitting at home right now and you hate your dang job, and you're like, man, this is always going to be the way it's going to be. Mm-hmm. No, it ain't. Yeah, it don't have to be. It don't have to be. No. And dude, I'm living proof of it. No. Like I came in as a 22-year-old snot-nosed kid that didn't know crap other than I like to fish real good.
Fish real good.
I fish real good.
I throw good baits.
I like baits. I got boat. My daddy took me fishing. Yeah. But I came in as this fisherman and was fortunate enough that this company took me in. Now, granted, I had the opportunity, but I made those opportunities for myself.
No doubt.
Right? And you did too. Yeah. And I think that so many people get caught up in whether it's looking for sponsors or people like right place at the right time or whatever. And maybe it is some of that. Maybe it's divine intervention. Maybe it's whatever you want to call it.
Well, I think that
you have to.
I think they take it as a hawk fest. They're like, you just hawk yourself enough. You just keep circling around all these companies, and one of them's just going to go, hey man, we're going to give you $100,000 and you're going to get to fish all you want. And that's not how it works.
That's not how it works, man.
That's like you said. That's like you said. You're in that point where you hate. Like when I first started at TH, there was like 2 years where I was working 2 jobs and barely making ends meet, and I hated it. But I believed after seeing people like you and some of the other guys and what they got to do, that if I did enough and I worked and worked and worked, at some point they couldn't tell me no. If I just kept doing more and more and more, at some point they go, well, he could only do this when he started. Now he can do all of this, and he's doing so much we can't tell him no.
And I feel like I did that in the fishing industry a little bit too.
Yep.
Don't have any top tens as a pro. We can talk about it. Y'all ain't even got to talk about my resume because I can talk about it.
He's trash.
I'm trash. I haven't called him like I know I can. I haven't called him like I know I want to.
You're not trash, by the way.
I'm not trash, by the way. Corey's just saying that. But truly, man, I made whatever this little world is, by some of the relationships I have with sponsors. I started when I was 17. That's what's so insane. And I'm 36 years old now. So I'm just saying, if you're sitting somewhere right now and you're like, man, I don't like this, or man, I don't, like, dude, I'm telling you right now, these two guys sitting in these chairs, these old bar stools.
Told us 10 years ago, we wouldn't believe you probably.
Yeah, if you told me 5 years ago that my life, and you know where my life's been in 5 years, but if you told me 5 years ago that my life would be where it's at right
that we would be in the low budget
live bar and grill. Come on, I'll drink to that. Come on right here now. Yeah. Come on right here now. It was worth it.
It was.
It ain't easy though, is it? It's not easy. But I'm just saying there are definite things out there that you can do. There are definite, I don't know, man. I see a lot of negativity. And I can dang sure be negative, and I know you can too. We feed off each other's negativity. We love being negative, But you scroll through social media, man. I've been this week for some reason. I don't know. I've been. There's so much negative stuff on social media, and like I said, I know I can be really negative at times or whatever. But I look at my boys. I look at everything around. All my kids. Harper's in college now. Everything's going good. Life's good, man. There's a lot of positives, but I tell you what got me this week. And this, y'all are all gonna laugh at me. I'll tell you what got me this week. I watched the show America's Got Talent. Me and the boys, me and Hudson Ryder and Weston, Charlie, we like to watch it. There's a dude on there everybody knows, Cody Lee. Mm-hmm. He's autistic and he's blind. Absolute incredible musician. He can't talk. He knows like 3 words. He can remember every word to any song that he learns. It's the most incredible thing you've ever seen. He can play it. He has never played on America's Got Talent. I haven't bawled my eyes out like a baby. But this week I watched him. He made it to the finals, of course. I think he'll win it. and rightfully so. And there's some amazing acts on there this year.
Yeah, but that's quite the feat.
But his mom walks him out every time, and you watch this guy, and he got a standing ovation. And I watched this dude jump up and down and clap. And he's blind. He's just hearing this, and he's feeling it. And I told Marissa, I said, you know what, that right there, like the world needs that.
Yeah.
Like we got all this, the dumb shootings going on, and you got dumb politics, and you got dumb Twitter, and dumb Facebook,
Dorian hurricanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, shout out to Bahamas.
It's not a joke on the Bahamas, but
oh my God,
praying for those people.
Yeah, that's just oh my God. I think as a country, not total ADD, and we got very lucky.
We got as lucky as it gets.
That was going to be.
And I throw hurricane parties every time there is one, but that's just because I'm watching it to see,
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's insane, man. But I said in that moment, I'm like, look, man, and you want to be able to do that for everybody that's got anything going bad in their life. You want everybody to be able to have that feeling. But man, to see that dude on TV do that feels good. That feels good because there's so much negative going on, man. There's so much negative, and I say all that, I guess, to end with, regardless of whether we're talking about Bass Pro Tour and buying this and buying that, like, fishing's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, we're still in a cool
Which is kind of the point of my YouTube channel most of the time. Fishing's fun. Fishing's supposed to be fun. Fishing is fun. So do what you want to do. If you want to fish this, that, the other, you don't want to fish
real good.
You want to fish real good.
You want to fish real bad.
If you want to be like Corey,
fish real bad like me.
And you want to get on Tackle Warehouse and you want to buy you a duck lure, go ahead.
Hey, buy you a scissor bait, jack all, baby.
My mic's popping like hell.
That's been our joke for like, what, 5 years?
5 years. Corey, I probably told this on the LBL, but I know we got some new listeners.
He finally told me to stop buying baits.
And he was steady buying the clearance stuff on Tackle Warehouse. And big shout out to Tackle Warehouse. We love Tackle Warehouse. But the stuff they're like, hey, it's the iCast Best of Show. Big Seed buy 12 of them. And he'd show up in the boat, and I'm like, Big Seed, you don't need these. What was it? Was it a Savage Gear duck that you bought that time? That thing.
Suicide duck. And you talked all kinds of shit about it. You talked all kinds of trash about that thing.
So the suicide duck had. I wish I had one right now.
I probably have one in my truck. You probably have one down in your boat down there.
I don't. I do not have one. I'll look right at that camera. I don't have one.
Well, they eat it.
But it has the whopper plopper legs on it. But this thing was so poorly designed.
Yeah.
It had a hook right in the middle of the back. It would have taken a 12-pounder to bite it. But Big C, we're down on Wilson Lake one day, and we're fishing around some schooling fish stuff back on this flat.
And he's talking trash.
I'm talking trash. I'm like, dude, get that thing out of the boat. Big C throws that duck out there. Boom! I'm
like 4 or 5 feet in the air.
What just happened? And of course he didn't hook it because the hooks are in a terrible place. Well, about 5 casts later, and missed another one. He only had 2 bites on it.
Pretty fun.
But it was a black duck with little yellow feet, and dude, 2 of them steady blew it out.
Oh yeah, they were killing it, dude. They were killing it.
Oh my God!
Couldn't get the hook, but they were killing it.
And then he had a jackal made the one we gave him the most.
Scissor bait. It's like a little stick worm with some little tentacles on it.
It was the weirdest little.
It was terrible.
It was a weird little soft plastic that you caught some on it though.
I've got a few. Yeah.
He's got a few, but it was called the scissor bait.
Yeah.
And we gave Corey.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Like
Corey's the guy that you want in the crowd at your
tackle shop party.
At your seminar.
Oh yeah,
you're and this crankbait. He's taking
all the notes. I'll buy all the baits.
Speaking of taking notes at a seminar, I did them at the Forest Foot Cup this year, and I've done them several different things. It's amazing to me the old school guys that bring a notepad and take notes.
Yeah,
for me that makes me feel like. Really good when I look out there and there's man, they're super laser focused on you and they're taking notes. Like, Luke throws a jig.
Well, they're probably writing a list of jokes for later. In the coffee shop, they're gonna. Can you believe Duncan said he does that? You believe?
They're going back to their buddies. They're like,
look at this idiot.
He uses this trailer on his jig. This guy didn't even get a check when he was in Arkansas and he's trying to tell us what to do.
Buddies, it's so bad.
You
It's
freaking
so
jerk.
bad. It's so bad. No, but hey, speaking of me doing dumb stuff, what happened a couple
Every day?
weeks? What happened? I guess it was the week of June. And don't tell them my secret, but we can tell. Well,
We can tell him secret. Jesus. They
Not
don't
a
care.
secret.
Well, if you haven't seen the Corey made an appearance on the low budget live on the Luke Duncan's Traveling Circus. I've got too many brands, Corey. I've got too many brands.
Yeah,
but
got
if you haven't seen the biggest snapper I've
3 of
ever
the
seen
brands.
video on the YouTube, I'll put a link up there for you right now. See how I did that, Big C? YouTuber.
Yeah, it's pretty amateur, dude.
Hey, watch this.
Darien does it without mentioning that. He does
We're going
it.
to get to Darien here
We'll
in a
get there in a
minute.
minute.
We're going
Sorry.
to get to Darien.
That's for later.
So
later.
Big C was on the boat for the biggest snapper I've ever seen. And Big C, so you're using live bait.
I wasn't using live bait.
No, I'm saying you're using live bait to catch these fish that we go after.
you're
in the
bottom
ocean.
fishing.
For the most part. We throw some
Big
jigs. We throw some,
egg weight with a hook on it.
Yeah, like a big Carolina rig if you're a bass fisherman.
All it is.
And Corey has this live bait he swears by.
No. You need to back up to where you were dogging me so hard. Dogging me.
If you watch the video, you can see it. I was on my man pretty hard. Because Big C is, like I said, one of my best friends. And if you can't give your friends a hard time, then what's life?
Yeah.
You know?
I think I slipped up and signed some paper where I let him be like a big brother or something. It
Yes,
sucks.
exactly. So
No.
I've been giving him hell all day. And we've been 25
That's right.
miles offshore, and we'd had some issues with the bilge pump not working.
Yeah,
And
it
we
was
almost
really bad.
sunk the boat. And
There's a storm coming. There was a storm coming.
there was a storm coming, and there were lots of sketchy
And
things.
I do this and
Go
I-
watch the
yeah.
video.
And I do a trick where I drop a sabiki rig, which is like a little trowel line.
Yes, so,
like a
so
little,
if you're a
bunch of little
lot of
hooks.
bass fans, listen to us.
I don't know how
so-
to describe that.
So beaky rig is like basically like a drop shot with six hooks
6 hooks with little bitty
Weights
skirts
on the
on them.
bottom.
Little skirts, tiny hooks.
and bait fish. You throw it into a school of bait fish, and you can catch up to 6 at a time. It's got 6,
Yeah,
8 hooks,
yeah.
whatever. And normally you try to catch bait before you go out. We struggled that weekend to catch a
Yeah,
lot
we
of bait.
couldn't get on with it. It was a pretty busy traffic, a lot of traffic.
Yeah, a lot of
for
traffic,
sure.
and we
Yeah.
couldn't catch live bait, which you need. And it was amberjack season, which amberjack's a fish that really, 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 really loves live bait.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get some live bait, and we had a few, and we were doing okay. We caught a few fish, but Corey's like, I'll just drop this sabiki down on the wreck when we get to this wreck, and we're fishing this offshore wreck. So go ahead, Big C.
Yeah, but that's what was happening. I'm dropping on the wreck like
Which normally you don't see people do
You don't
because
see
they're
people
just
do it all.
fishing.
I
Once
do
they
it a
quit catching
bunch.
bait,
Yeah.
they just go fishing.
I do it. I do it a bunch, and he is dogging me. He's like, pick up a rod and fish. Pick up a rod and fish. And I'm like, dude, we don't have any live bait. All we have is chum, and we don't have a trolling motor. There's no spot lock. We're drifting these wrecks, so it's a big pain to
Anchor
get
lock
chum
if you're
down there.
using
We
a
want
Garmin.
to.
Shout out to Garmin.
Anchor lock. Sorry. And so he is just roasting me for using the sabiki, and line gets tight. I'm like, oh, got some on. I reel them up, and I call them ruby red lips. Some people call them red throats, and it's just this small little bait. It's like a, I don't know, what do you call it? Like a little
Delicacy
shad.
is what
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, exactly. And so he puts one on, drops down.
He
and
goes, just try this.
said, just try it.
We
Right.
got 2 of them.
We got 2 of them. That's all we've got. Okay. And this shows how good of a friend I am, too, because I gave him both of my baits that
It
I
made me feel
caught.
like Toy Story when as you got a friend.
You got a friend of me. And I was that friend.
Corey is
So
my
I
best friend.
I give him both the baits, He drops down. He catches like a 10-pound mangrove, which is a
Delicious.
giant mangrove. I
Yeah.
mean, you catch a mangrove, you can keep a
Mangrove
you can keep
snapper.
a 4 or 5 pounder.
If you
which
watch
is
the
this
YouTube
big.
video, you can see
Yeah,
this.
a 10 is a giant. And then the very next drop with that ruby red lip, he hooks up on a 30-pound snapper.
Biggest
which
red
is-
snapper of my life.
Which is
Corey's
bigger than most
tangled
people
up in
will
all
ever
that.
see in their life.
I have fished for red snapper truly since I was 12 years old. Not like all the time, but I've been around saltwater fishing. My dad always saltwater fished when I was a kid, and there was pictures hanging up around my house and stuff. And he used to always really fish in the Gulf a couple times with his buddies a year and stuff. So, but I've never seen a red snapper as big as
No,
never
in fact,
have.
I showed it to some of our Logan, one of our vendor friends, and and he fishes out of Fort Myers, fishes out of Miami all the time. So he lives and breathes saltwater.
Right.
And he looked at it and he lost it over. I didn't tell you about this. He lost it over.
That's cool.
He was like, dude, that is a giant. He's like, that is for sure 30 pounds. He's like, that's one of the biggest I've ever seen someone take a picture. I was like, that, yeah.
Well, hey,
I mean, it was huge. Yeah, it was a giant.
So Gabe Big C, and what's funny is in the video, if you go watch it right now, if you go check it out, what's funny is in this video, Luke Duncan's Traveling Circus, I'm giving Corey crap as I'm hooking up. The thing bites me, and I'm like, Corey, he's tangled up my line. I'm like, this is what fishing with Corey's like, because at this time, I don't know that it's this personal best, this PB snapper.
Yeah, I thought it was a shark. It looked like a shark.
Shore. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't move it. We're 20 miles offshore. Insanity breaks loose. And then a guy comes to mark our waypoint, like you're out in the middle of the ocean, and I'm fighting, and he's throwing waves over. I'm really frustrated. You can hear it in the voice in the video. I'm telling Corey, turn the bilge pump on. We're taking water on. But we get the thing in, and we just lose our minds. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. You know what? Matter of fact, I know you haven't seen it because the views are pretty low on it. Yeah. Go check it out. But Big C.
Fast forward to like minute 16.
No, it's all good.
I mean, it's all great, but
it's all good. We came up on schooling bonita fish.
It's a bonita.
Yeah,
it's a major topwater deal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Major topwater deal.
A lot of dang fun. But go check that out. Glad to have Big C here tonight. And what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, it's really a special thing.
It's a special thing.
Yeah.
And
we've talked about it. We haven't talked about it long, but we're really excited.
We're really excited about what we're going to do. And
it's important for the world to see this.
For the important, we're going to try something a little different. Reaction videos are a big thing, Big C.
They are.
They're a big thing on YouTube. Reaction videos are a big thing. And our boy, Darien Is Fishin'.
He's not my boy.
Who's climbing the YouTube ladder, right?
He's trying.
He's buying subscribers. He's got a rich dad.
He's farming them from India. His dad, Gerald Swindle, bought his house and all his followers.
I said Boy Duckett was his daddy when we were at the cup.
Hey, he might be.
Could be. I mean, so what we're gonna do is Darien here has released a new video today, 6 hours ago, and it's at 1.7 thousand views. And Corey, first let's break down the thumbnail. It is how to fish. Let's see how. First of all, let's go into this. Let's see how much clickbait is involved with this. Right?
It's all clickbait.
Let's see if it's all clickbait.
He's an idiot.
I actually watched him make this thumbnail today.
Yeah.
How to fish a Texas rig
for bass,
and in parentheses
also
in a cow pasture.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't something you can actually Google. So he might be on something.
So that's the thumbnail. The thumbnail includes his dumb hand.
It's pretty dumb because it's not like anyone is going to be like, oh, I would pass this cow pasture with all this water in it. I was wondering how I could catch some bass in it.
Okay, so here we go.
Here we go. We're watching it.
Here we go. Right here.
Hate you, Darien.
If it works.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems to be stalling out.
It's a spinning wheel of death.
Spinning wheel of death right now. Seriously?
Did you blow on that port?
Like it's Nintendo?
Nintendo deal? Duck Hunter?
I don't know what it did.
Okay, that probably reset it. You probably had it queued a little bit just because it was sitting there. Oh, there we go.
There we go. He's got an ad. He's got his ad on his video because he's monetized. It's a terrible ad. Guy doesn't have teeth.
Just skip it. Just hit skip.
Skip ad.
Don't dip, yeah. It's a dip commercial, yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Go, Darien Is Fishing. Caught
right out of the gate, he's catching
Opens it. We're catching one. Opens it.
Is he going to get mad if we tell people where this is?
Here we go, intro. This guy's dumb braces now.
Look at the way he talks.
This is going to be a really cool one. I'm going to one of my favorite.
I think it's out of focus a little bit.
That's pretty bad.
In Alabama, but it's a little bit far from my house, about 3 hours. So I've got to wake up at 1:30 in the morning.
He told me he woke up at 1.
I'm here by 2, so I can get there by 5:15ish. It's getting sunlight around 5:30, so got a long night ahead of me. Or I'm trying to get done right now, get the boat loaded up.
Does he look swole in this?
You can't use your big motor.
No.
You can use your trolling motor, but you can, obviously put the big boat in. They got flooded timber on this lake. They've got just cool stuff.
I don't think it's that he looks so buff as it is his mouth looks so weird with his braces.
His mouth definitely does look weird.
It's so weird.
Giving away all of this stuff right here. So I bought 12.
And here he is buying subscribers again.
Yes, with packaged products.
Packaged.
But now, I
Don't
gotta
fall
say,
into his snare.
as a big Sixth Sense fan,
I'm not saying these are bad prizes. These are great prizes.
what I call BS on is the fact that he's showing my favorite color and he's like, "Hey guys, throw this on Gunnersville," brr, all the time.
Way to win. Give this video a thumbs up. Smash the subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button.
Anything bass fishing at all.
I really suck at my videos. I don't do all this stuff.
Prizes, but for now, I'm gonna get the boat loaded up. I'm gonna stop boring you guys with the details. I'm gonna jump.
Those braces are bugging him.
Getting the boat packed up.
Oh, he hates them.
He had to have
He
some
hates them.
wax on them today
I
because
know.
they're digging
Well,
in.
dude, I'm sitting at Walmart this morning, and all of a sudden, some dude comes up and puts his stuff
He's down there.
on my counter, and it's this guy. Well, I'm checking out.
Super hot and like.
I did not pay for his wax.
So I'm gonna shoot this super quick. Stop wasting time on this. On the big camera. Just gonna
I don't think it's out of focus. I think it's just the
40-acre lake.
TV.
I think he's. No,
I think the TV's
I
so
don't
big.
think it's
You
my
think-
TV. My TV's baller.
I don't think he knows what he's doing with that camera. I guess that's what.
What's
it
he
is.
throwing here? Here we go.
Well, I really,
Darian?
and this is another thing
Breaking
about
it
this is a
down.
thing I hate about Darian's videos. He tells us about, and I know it's a YouTuber thing. He tells us about what he's going to show us in the video in the title, and then he makes me wait 17 minutes
It's
before he
clickbait.
tells
Oh,
me.
got
Yeah.
one.
It's so stupid.
Got one on. Throwing a
It's a
quantum
2-pounder.
grill there.
It's a two. Oh,
Hooked it in the side. He's snagging.
2-pounder.
He's like Mike Long. He's cheating.
yeah, that doesn't count, dude.
Look at this.
Yeah, yeah, he is like Mike Long. Was that a little square bill he's throwing?
That was a little 6 cents 50X. Yeah.
Is that what that is too? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing his Chacos.
Got them Chacos.
And my man, I mean, he takes some shorts, dude, and he just yanks
Why is
them.
it? Look at his light panel.
puts
on his
them on
Ranger
and
was
he
blinking. Did
yanks
you
them.
see that?
Where? Oh, that's because he doesn't have it shut off all the way. If you don't know how to use your boat properly and you don't turn it off all the way, it does that.
That kind of stuff happens.
That's stuff what Darien does.
Got him with that trocar, boy.
Look at that, right in the face.
Threw it back.
Oh, that's a fish. What do they call that? A fish to the water violation.
Fish to the water. Fish out of water violation.
Yeah, didn't get it below the gunnel. Oh, here it comes. Here's the bite.
This is coming.
You idiot, Darien.
That's a juicy looking. That's a
really
juicy
juicy.
looking,
I don't know why he hadn't got
deal
bit off of that
there,
right
D-Money.
there. Yeah.
A real guy would have caught one. Got him. Dang big, and he said.
the daggum big.
Dang big, and I fish real good. Darien Craig.
I'm a good, nice fisherman.
Hey, well, that's a nice view of your arm there, dummy.
Yeah, and he shaves those arms. Let me tell
Hell,
you.
he steady shows them arms.
This
He's
thing's
narrowing them
recording.
arms.
This is man here.
I've seen his wife though. She's and I've met her several times, Miss Hannah. She's very nice, and she's also hot. So,
so hot.
he should shave his arms. She tells him to
She
shave
probably,
his
I
arms.
mean, if she told me to shave my arms, I probably wouldn't. I'm not even
I'd
married
probably
to
shave my
her.
entire body.
I'm not even
Not
married
gonna
to her,
lie.
and I'd be like, "Yep, no problem, Hannah."
He's throwing a 6 cents prototype right there that he shouldn't be showing on video, and he hung it in a tree.
A couple logs that hit, it bounced off of it really well. Literally.
Is it a prototype?
Yeah, for real, legit prototype. Nice shot of his groin area there.
No, that's just his shorts. Like I said, he pulls them up.
All right.
Is it that shaky head deal?
A good YouTuber would have caught one right there. Well, we agree.
I do like when he makes fun of himself because I like to make fun of him too.
It's really something that gets me through my day. It's making fun of Darien.
Make fun of Darien. Can I just say something though?
Look at that rod made in China.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go
This is
ahead.
like the longest I've watched one of Darien's videos in like a month or
The
two.
bad thing is we
2
gave him a
months.
view just by watching
I know,
over a
this is
minute. We
bad.
get hooked up.
Is there a way to unview?
You know he hasn't caught one off of a cow on a Texas rig yet.
He doesn't even take the made in China stickers off his rods. What an
Nope.
idiot! What an amateur idiot.
So Corey, what's what we fishing with here?
That's a Z hog.
No, I think it's a spicy beaver.
That's a spicy beaver. Yeah, he's a reaction guy.
Which
isn't he? Yeah.
basically is a Z curl.
This is Z girl.
Always done. I
or does he crawl?
springtime.
If you're asking Swindle,
And that's like a
If I'm pitching a Texas rig, I use a pretty heavy weight, like 3/8 or even a
it's not tilapia. What color is that? It's like a.
it's a good looking color.
I like that purple gold
I
too.
don't peg it. In the like springtime when they bite really good, I always peg my bait because I feel like when you're
Talking about
pitching,
pegging.
it's more compact, a heavier weight, and with
Of course he is.
Oh, he's a pegger.
Oh, he's a
That's
pegger for sure.
He'll peg the crap out of
Look
you.
at him with his Yeti under the thing.
more aggressive just because they're
Dude, I had to spend a weekend with him with that stupid Yeti bag on the beach, and he kept walking around with
and
dude.
then, as the summer goes,
He's really not a good person.
really hot.
He's not.
I downsize my weight and I don't peg it. And
He doesn't
I don't
peg
think
it.
even matters, but it's just something that I've always done. I don't know if the bites have.
Look how sweaty his groin is.
I wasn't looking at that. Were you?
No,
I didn't
thought
notice.
you were.
Nope, didn't notice.
No, I didn't either. Look at those TH scales right there.
Yeah,
Nicely
I think we
placed.
maxed one of those out at like 60 something pounds.
And then you're putting
Yeah.
slowly falling.
So we should have brought it for your
It
snapper.
matters, especially when it's tough. Like right now, it's
I know a guy that can get you one.
already.
A scale or a snapper? Both.
Both, yeah. I can get you both.
You know a guy that can do
I know
both.
a guy.
So fishing is tough.
I will say this about Darien's videos. Very informative.
Tricks like that matter this time of year.
Very informative.
He's got, yeah.
Very informative. I mean, I hate his guts, but it's very informative.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's
hooked
like
up
he's
again.
telling
Darien's hooked up
he's
again.
telling all of his fans everything. So all these other like elite guys and BPT
Tournament guys, yeah,
they
that's a
get
good point.
pissed. They get
Yeah,
pissed.
he's dropping the goods.
I know like one or two
Why
right
to go
now.
black?
They're just
Another
hold
ad.
on. Liberty Mutual.
So this is an ad that has an ostrich.
Something. It's something Darien probably asked for. To be
Something
honest with you.
stupid. All right, we're back with
Can you
Darien.
get that?
There's a little
Can you get
chunk.
that?
I wanted to show you what I did with my new TH scale. So I got our new scale, and I took it. I'll show you something. And scale's really awesome.
Got a new skill.
So there's a
So stupid.
That scale says hello when you turn it on.
Yeah, it does.
It's the only thing that talks to Darien.
5.
Yeah, besides Hannah.
Later, I realized I was reading in ounces.
That's 39.5 ounces, you idiot.
So there you go, 3.95, and we let him go.
Oh man, I feel bad that you're so bad at math.
Here's what I do with that
That's a
scale.
pretty big, like 2.5 pounder though.
It really did
It looked pretty big. I think it was short though. I think it was a little shorty. He's a shorty.
Okay, on this one, we got these new scales, these TH scales, and they've got that old school style, just regular hook on the back of them. And I hate using that hook. I like our new cold club better. So what I did was, I took my cutters and I just cut this monofilament right here, so that I could just pull.
Did you or did Corey do it? Or did Corey do it for
He
you?
just called it monofilament.
What I did,
It's not monofilament. It's a rubber
these channel
plastic string. What is
and
he doing?
basically, I just put it here and squeezed on this hook as hard as I could till I got it almost all the way closed, so that I could.
I want to see him put those chacos on.
This.
So all of his fish weigh the wrong amount, is what he's saying.
Basically,
See there how
He's so
it's like that
stupid.
fastens it in. And
we're friends with him.
gigantic zip tie. And zip
You're
tie
friends
on
with him.
top. That way it kind
I'm
of
not friends with him.
Get down and it can still spin around.
It seems like a lot of trouble, and I'm all for some TH frame. But this seems
This
seems like a lot of damn trouble.
Machine shop, or if you know a better way, I couldn't get this thing.
If you have a machine shop, what do you need a machine shop for that for, Darien?
Anyhow,
So stupid.
Do this, you'll see what I'm saying.
I got to the point now where I text Darien questions and stuff, and I have to say, just say yes or no. Don't ignore me, you stupid idiot. And he'll finally say yes, or he'll
Stupid
say
idiot.
no. I'm like, just tell me what yes or no. Any of you that can't get a hold of Darien, just say that. Tell me yes or no, idiot, and he'll usually respond.
Hey, how about you? Typical YouTube response. How about you catch some fish?
That's what I'm
How
saying.
about you quit talking so
He's
much?
talked for, and like I said, this is the longest
He
I've
paid
watched one of his
$12.99 for
videos.
those hooks. What a joke!
Shank worm hook,
Yeah. Why don't you get sponsored, idiot?
worm hook. Nothing fancy.
Gosh, How long are we talking?
How long are we gonna stare at his?
How long are we gonna stare at your
his
dog?
thighs and his leg hair? Good night.
How'd you shave your arms?
He
Maybe
shaved
you
his
shave your
arms.
legs.
Shave your legs,
Shave your
dude.
legs,
What are you
bro.
doing? Look, here he goes. He's speeding up the video.
Okay,
He's
we're
so
in fast
creative.
forward mode.
He's so creative. Why don't you just do this? Well, a lot of guys will cut that whole part out. And
What,
they'll
the part that sucked?
And they'll just go straight to the part where they catch fish. So
Here we go.
Here
Catch
it
one
is.
disc cast.
Here it is.
Guaranteed.
he slowed it down.
Look
so
at
yep,
that.
There it is.
Makes him look like a dang genius.
You know the show's getting boring when we're predicting the fish catches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just know how he edits.
Well, that might be part of it.
You'll catch one right here?
No, he's not gonna catch one right here.
Yep. He's on point. Told
There
you.
it is. Yeah. Well,
Missed him.
what did I say, dude?
Man, these ones are biting good too. They're hitting it like.
I love that color of that spicy beaver. Stone.
Normally you don't.
I also just like a good spicy beaver.
It's
Corey.
like a peanut butter jelly color right there.
Got him. I will say this: Darien sets the hook with authority.
Dude, if you ever watch this video of his 10-pounder, like all day he'd been whacking him so hard, I was so afraid he was going to hit me in the face.
Yeah, that's my favorite. You run.
I ran away. I mean,
That's a pretty good one.
that's a 3. That's a 3, maybe a 4.
There we go. There's a nice one.
Yeah, there you go.
Right top of his mouth. Easy off.
He said, hook to the top of his mouth, the hook fell out.
Easy off, yeah.
$12.99 gammies.
Must have been a real good
Gammy
one.
Gatsus.
You know it's a real good one when Darien doesn't take 17 pictures of it.
That's just
Yeah.
That's when you know it was a really good one.
as far as just the enjoyment of it. Now pitch that.
He fishes every day and had to drive 4 hours to another lake to catch 2-pounders. He lives on the
He
lake.
literally lives on the greatest bass fishing
And he
lake of all
fished.
time.
He got
drove
up at
4 hours
1
to
in the
fish
morning,
with
at
the
1 a.m.
Scoutmaster.
because he said it was too hot to fish
Look
on
at the
Gunnersville.
mud he kicked up.
Yeah,
No wonder you didn't get a
he's
bite
such
there.
an amateur. You know he doesn't fish professionally, right? Like this is just a thing he does. Click that thing
That's a
though.
good one.
How much time is left on this? I can't keep watching
Let's
this.
see.
I want to see the. Okay.
We only have
all
6
right.
minutes
Well, we have
left.
6
We
minutes.
can make
yeah.
it through.
I can. Yeah, but I always say this, and then I'm like, Darien, why'd you waste 20 minutes of my life again?
Oh, chunk.
It's a very white
I don't
looking
know
bass.
if I don't know if you noticed or not. We're 12 minutes in.
We are 12 minutes in.
No cows. Nothing that involves the thumbnail. Darien, you freaking liar.
I mean, I think at this rate he'll be a successful YouTuber because all of his videos are this way.
That's right.
1 foot. And
I mean, I'm still mad that he lied to us about what bait he was using on Gunnersville all year long. Still mad about that.
Yeah, he did lie to us. He was been using that 6 cents I left in his boat.
Well, I lied to you, buddies, and I didn't
Well,
mean it.
buddy, I lied to you.
Here he goes again, showing us how
There
he
we
puts
go.
his worm on. No
He
one
rigged it
cares.
up. We know now.
Hey, Darien, there's 800 other videos of how to put a worm on. Just show me the fish catch. Just show me the catch.
some trees like. It's not
Where are those cows in the water? Is that at the very end when he catches one off of a cow?
I mean, I still want to know who in the world searches on YouTube. Yeah, man, I was Texas rigging for cows earlier, but I wasn't doing it right. I got to find the video on how to do that, and then found this.
Jazzy casting, little
It
jazzy
would be
cast.
so. There you go.
There you go. I saw that bite.
Oh yeah,
I saw that bite, boy.
That's a good one right there. Would you lose him? Probably that wire fence you were casting into.
Look where those cows been stomping
Oh,
around.
he's still got him hooked up. He's still hooked up.
There was literally a
Oh, no.
fish on the stick. So I saw.
Look at the mud
Yeah,
trail.
there he is. Yeah, he comes off right there.
yeah.
That's cool.
See his tail up here.
That's pretty cool, Darien.
Just now.
I will give him
Wow.
that.
You have one cool moment out of 18
Glad I
minutes.
watched 18 minutes of this on my podcast.
Stick.
Now I want to watch him.
Back to the
I'm going to watch him milk a cow with a Texas rig. Here we
and
go.
now back to the growing shot. Okay, back to casting.
Man, you gotta put some hair on those arms, dude.
He could take some from his legs and put them there.
That's probably where it all goes. His body has extra nutrients there.
Oh.
It's like when I started growing a beard, I quit growing so much on my head.
Yeah, I like
You know
that.
what I mean, Corey?
Area between
Yeah.
3 and.
Yeah.
I don't know what caused that.
I don't know if that theory is correct.
Well,
No.
you said that he shaved it on his arms and now it grows on his legs. So I was
So it
just-
might.
going with that theory, but
I said it might. I'm not a scientist.
that's a juicy looking tree. I'll be honest with you. Got him,
dude. He just hit his camera with his hand, hitting that thing.
dude. Here's a YouTuber insider. I hate chesties, and I use them all the time. And dude, when you're flipping like that,
it gets all in the way.
God,
it changes your range.
Right
well, a lot of guys, when they set the hook that close in, they get tight. Super tight, and I
another
can't
freaking ad, depression and sadness. I'm getting depression and sadness.
He's probably made about $7 since he launched this video with all these ads.
No doubt,
at least $7.
Wraps up the first part of this trip. Oh my God, probably gonna make that one video. This is a pretty big pond. I spent several hours out here. Caught a bunch of fish on a Texas rig on a. This is actually a little crawl made by Reaction Innovations. It's a spicy beaver.
Spicy beaver, we called it.
Hey, tell us the color, idiot.
Crush 100X. Just a,
Crush 100.
Like a bigger size square bill. Caught one little guy on that, and I missed one. Haven't caught one yet, but I missed one. Actually, probably the biggest fish of the day. I missed on this new glide bait that Philip Jones designed that I'm not going to show you.
Oh, he did show it. What garbage is that? I've got one of those. I shot a great video on it the other day and couldn't post it. Darien, you piece of crap.
He probably called and asked.
Well, him and Philip are boys.
Probably asked
Shout out to
permission.
6 Cents. Shout out to Philip Jones.
It's a sweet looking bait, by the way.
And yeah, so the next video that y'all see will be another one from Triple D Ranch. I think I'm going to be able to film 3 today. Just because
it's a bold prediction, dude.
That's a bold prediction.
It's bold.
That's a bold prediction. And here's the
Super
thing.
bold.
I never saw a cow in this video.
I don't know if it's over with. I hope it's not over with, because otherwise I'm done
Well,
with these
there
videos.
is
I'm just slowly going to watch.
1 minute left to go in this.
Everything on it is really fast, so you turn it on, gets there really quick, it zeros really quick. Once you
Yeah, I don't know. Go unsubscribe from Darien Is Fishin and subscribe to us.
really quick, it takes like 1 second.
What is he doing?
What's he doing?
This is on those pliers, by the way. But anyhow, TH Marine scale. Like I said, I kind of rigged it up where you can
This
have
is-
the conservation clip on there. Which
I don't know, y'all. Y'all be the judge.
Yeah,
Go
y'all
watch
probably-
Darien's crap. Y'all probably already
If
liked it.
I'm on my page right now, I'm giving him 2 stars. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
if I'm on there.
15.
Oh, he's giving out a discount for TH Marine. How nice.
If you want to save
How nice.
25% on anything at quantumfishing.com, use the code.
I think he was doing a play on words.
I think he was doing something. Here's the deal.
Because it is a cow pasture that he's next to.
He's next to a cow pasture, but I never saw a cow.
And I think
Okay.
this is a flooded cow pasture that the
But I
pond is
never saw
in.
a cow, so I'm calling clickbait bullcrap on this.
Well, like I said, this is
But I
why
clicked
this
it.
is exactly why I don't watch. And look at that camper on his truck in the back, how it hangs off about
Yeah,
a foot.
no, he got a deal on it.
So stupid. You got a deal that looks dumb.
More than you'll ever know. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Comment.
Don't give it a thumbs up. Don't subscribe. You know what? Yeah, this is what we give it. Corey and Luke.
Until next time, I'll see you later.
Look at those braces.
Look at those braces.
Darien, again, this is why I only watch about one of your videos a month, because you're a liar.
Darien's a liar. So there you have it.
Well,
The
we
first
already
that
knew
is the
that.
first low budget live
Low budget live bar and grill episode.
with a
Low
guest.
budget live guest.
And
Or
with a
episode.
reaction video. So we watched how to fish a Texas rig for bass in a cow pasture. Darien Craig, I will say that it was like 1.7 thousand views when we started, and it's 1.9 now.
Yeah.
So a couple hundred people have watched it during Low Budget Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Big C. Thanks for coming on tonight, bud.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
It's
for
always good to catch
thanks
up
for
with
coming.
you on this.
It's always good to catch up with me on a
Not the-
podcast.
yeah,
Maybe we
on
can
the
just talk
podcast.
like off the podcast like normal after this. But thanks. Put it right
Yeah,
there.
I
You did a
feel
great job.
I feel like
Great
we are
insight.
caught up. I feel like we are caught up.
I think
All
we're
right,
caught
cool.
up.
We're caught up.
Thank y'all for listening. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following Big C on the IG at Corey Williams. He dropped some major saltwater goodness, some bow season goodness coming up. Make sure
We
that
hope.
you are comment below. Let us know what you think about the current sport of bass fishing. Let us know how terrible Darien is. Let us know that.
And if you think he's great, go away.
Let us know if there are any topics that you want us to discuss on Low Budget Live, Not So Live. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all. Take care of yourself and take care of everybody around you.
That's right.
Thank you. And we're going to end with a little bit of Luke Duncan's Biloxi Blues, Corey. Thank y'all. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Headed my way for another place, and I got 3 good tires and a spare. Just a white line gypsy getting out of Mississippi with just enough gas to get there. Hey, hey.